We have a lot of things we have to answer this year after losing 5 seniors, especially at the 5 position and at the 2 position. Who our people coming off the bench is going to be. So, we have a lot of questions, but that's why you practice here. And, during the non-conference season, we'll get that ironed out and see where we're at going in the conference. Today is, yeah. Today's the first official practice. We could have started earlier, but I gave them you count back 40 days, and you can only go 30 of those days. So I gave them some days off early so I can be more consistent as we go into the season.
You pretty much had the whole team here over July 1st.
Yeah, even the new players and all that were here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we had everybody here by then. Yeah. Yeah, well, you were allowed 2 hours, and then come September the 15th, we were allowed to bring the whole team in for 2 hours a week. So we got some team stuff put in also. But, it's going to be, I was telling somebody earlier, we're going to throw that ball all over the place today. It'll be, people better wear helmets in there because that ball will be flying all over the place because, a trainer come up and said a couple girls' stomachs were upset and all that, and I said, well, whatever, that's going to happen here early because they're nervous about starting practice, especially the new players are a little bit nervous. They hear about, from the other players what's about to happen, and so we'll see what goes on.
Linda tweeted that she was nervous going into the first.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I think they all are.
That's your senior leader.
Yeah. I think they all are a little bit because, we lost 5 seniors that kind of held the team together and was the glue, and then all of a sudden they're not here. Now they have to be the leaders, and, because of the 5 seniors that just graduated, they really didn't have to do that as much. Well, now all of a sudden they're going to be counted on for that type of stuff.
Every team feels different year by year. What kind of feeling do you have about this team right now? Is it comparable to any year in the past? You know what I mean?
My biggest concern, honestly, going into this season, if we have enough people that are willing to wear the hard hats, are willing to do the little things, take the charges, dive on the floors, care about defense, care about that type of stuff. So that's my biggest concern right now. I knew last year's team we had that. This year's team, that's yet to be seen. We'll see. But that's the biggest thing. Our teams are known to be aggressive defensively, that type of stuff. And I don't know if we're going to be that this year, but, we'll see. I got to find some players that's willing to do that type of stuff, new players. And we'll see once we get into practice.
You were talking about last year the rules changes defensively at this time. Looking back on that now, did that affect your team as much as you thought it would? And you feel like that's still something that you have to prepare for defensively the second year now?
Well, I thought the first year it affected us a lot, the first year in the Big 12, because, number one, a lot of them referees hadn't seen us play, our style of play and all that. I thought last year it didn't affect us as much because they've seen us play now through a cycle, some games and all that. So, again, we've got a lot to work on. We've got a lot of new players. I got to find some people, some starters, and I got to find some people coming off the bench. If you look at it last year, we had 3 seniors coming off the bench. That's pretty good experience coming off the bench that could play. So then all of a sudden now you're going to bring some freshmen off and some transfers and those type of people off the bench, and you just don't know what's going to occur right now. And they don't know our style yet. Let's just be honest. We're going to have to go through about a month where they got to be passionate about defense, passionate about winning and losing, passionate about, and it's not okay. You know what I mean? It's not okay to do those type of things. And I've just got to wait to see if I have enough of those type of players for us to be successful.
You brought in a number of junior college players. You need immediate help in some areas. What's the biggest challenge in bringing in JUCO players and trying to integrate them?
Well, it's style play. It's how hard they got to play. It's our system, what we demand, that may not be what they were demand where they were at before. You know, it's I've always said about junior college players, it takes them half a year to get accustomed to what you're doing, and hopefully, you know, we can get a couple of them ready to go. Now, Abigail still has not been released with her ACL, so she will not be practicing with us. We'll see when she gets released, what the issue is going to be there, because, you know, I don't know. It just depends the time period, what we're going to do with her. But the other ones are ready to go, the other two junior college kids.
When did that happen?
This happened during our season last year. Yeah.
You know, obviously last year Holmes got a lot of attention, but there's still, the teams couldn't put everything on her. We had a busting of Caldwell and Palmer. Now all those players have gone, and you gotta think they're gonna come after her.
Honestly, I think early we're going to see a lot of boxing ones, triangle and twos. We're going to see a lot of zones, and we're going to have to prove that we can go against that type of stuff. I mean, we're going to have to be able to hit some shots against zones. We're going to have to, you know, get Bria Holmes open, even though they're boxing one and triangle and two. I mean, those are the type of things we know going in we're probably going to see early.
I feel like she has to do it all. I think she's-
Well, we don't, but you know what? Top players need to step up. You know what I mean? I mean, your top players need to step up, and I think she's ready. I think she has a lot of confidence. But we got to help her out now. Her teammates got to help her out, and the coaching staff's got to help her out, and we got to put her in the right situations and free her up. Plus, you know, she's so unselfish of a player. She'll make, you know, people around her better and score also. So, you know, that's one thing about Bria Holmes. She's probably one of the most unselfish players I've had that had that talent level that I've ever coached. So we want her to be a little bit more aggressive this year. Selfish, I should say.
I know we talked at times about Lene Montgomery last year. You can see flashes of good things in games, but not enough. I know obviously you feel she's a player that really has to step forward.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, we lost Aisha Bussey, and we need Lene to step up. We need Kayla Montgomery to step up, and, you know, hopefully one of them will step up and take over that position. They'll both play. And if that don't happen, we got Crystal Leary. I'm not, you know, I have no problem putting Crystal Leary at the 5 because she'll battle and she'll fight and she'll get on the floor and she'll do whatever it takes for us to be successful. So, you know, I think between them three, we'll see. At the 2 position, you know, I'm a little worried about the 2. You have Bree McDonald, which sat out last year. You have Tiana Montreux that was redshirt last year, is a redshirt freshman this year. I mean, you have new players that really didn't play at the 2 position last year. You know, you have Bria. You know, we'll just have to see. We have some freshmen, you know, in that position. So, you know, hopefully our posts will get where they need to be, because I probably need to spend a lot of time with the perimeter, with the guards this year. I probably we're going to spend more time with them than I am the posts.
You have a coach on the floor, though, that will help a veteran point.
Say it again.
You have a coach on the floor to run things. Yeah,
Like
a veteran
Linda.
point guard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Linda's a 4-year starter returning. She knows exactly. You know, it's funny. Linda told me she was nervous. A lot of these girls are nervous, even though they're seniors. You know, like we said, because you know now they know it's on them. And but Linda's been a great point. A 4-year starter for us, has done a great job. So you know, you're exactly right. Now, when you look at Linda, who's going to be her backup? I mean, that's the other question mark we have right now. We have Jessica, a junior college player that we have, has to sit out half the games because of eligibility things. So, you know, we've got to come up with a backup point guard. Now, I think when she gets back on the floor, she could be a backup point guard and play 2-1 combo, that type of stuff. But right now we're looking at a couple freshmen be a backup point guard. So I've threatened Linda already, You know, she can't make those stupid fouls she's made, and when she gets tired, Linda last year she'd get tired, she'd just start fouling so she'd get out. Well, we had a Brooke Hampton and them there. You know, we had some other people come in. Now we don't have a lot of experience as a backup point guard, so it's going to be important for her to stay healthy and to stay out of foul trouble.
Morton is a 5'10" point guard.
She can play the point or the two, yes.
With Linda, I know you've felt you've been a better team when she's aggressive offensively. Has she shown you more aggressiveness scoring the basketball, or?
Well, you know what? This has been going on for 4 years, and me and her go at it back and forth. But she's assured me this year that she's going to be more aggressive. So we'll see. You know, the other day in practice, when we had a team practice, they kicked out. She's wide open, and she makes a pass, and I stopped it and then addressed it again. Now, Linda, you promised me you're going to take those shots this year. If you don't, I swear you're in trouble. So I think she will. We need her to. Let's just put it that way. We need her to be more aggressive offensively. Bria Holmes, Bria McDonald can score, you know, penetrate, and is probably one of the best athletes on our team. We need inside scoring. Kayla and Lene need to score. I mean, we just got a lot of questions right now.
Avery Fields at the 4.
Yeah. Well, you know, Avery's, again, been a 3-year starter. You have her at the 4, which, you know, we need her to be more aggressive also scoring. Because last year they kind of took a back seat to the others, and we can't do it this year. And then Crystal Leary, like I said, is also can play the 4 or 5. So, you know, we'll just see it. And like I said early, my biggest concern, we'll find people play those positions. My biggest concern is if we're going to play our style. If we're going to do what we do, and I got to find at least 8 to 9 people who will do what we do.
You get stuck at 7 of your 12 players are 6 foot.
Yeah, we have good length. Absolutely have good length. You know, which may create us to do a little bit. You know, I'm not a zone person, but we may try a little bit of zone. But I'm more man to man. But we do have great length this year on the perimeter. And so we got to take advantage of that. There'll be times maybe we got to post some of our guards, you know, and say, you know, you can have a post game without it being your 5 or 4. I mean, you can post your guards, you can post your 4, you can post your 5, you can post wherever mismatch you have to have an inside-outside game. So we're going to be, at least early in the season, creative who we're posting and what we're doing.
I think so. In one of the magazines, 4 Big 12 teams in the top 25. What are your thoughts on what we're going to do?
Well, I always say this. You know, I think ratings and all that at this time of the year is based on last year, and you know, this is like Jeff said, this is a totally different team and different personalities and different makeup. So we just got to see. You know, I don't have a lot of answers right now. How good we're going to be or whatever, because until you go through it and these players go through it and understand what we expect of them, you know, we'll see. You just don't know. Now, last year coming in, you knew what you had. You knew exactly what you had. This year, I really don't. Because I don't know. I couldn't put a starting lineup out there right now. I have no idea who would start right now, other than maybe 3 of them.
Is there a part of you that, and obviously there's a comfort level of welcoming back 5 seniors last year, but is there a part of you that likes the challenge and likes to see players compete for spots because they know that they're going to be there?
No, hell no. I'd rather have 5 seniors back, I mean, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I mean, you know, the right thing to say is, yeah, man, this is a great challenge, but, you know, we got a lot of unproven people that now may do a great job. I mean, I hope they do. That's why we recruited them, to do a great job. But, you know, there's a lot of questions out there, and we'll see. You know, as far as workouts this summer, they've done a great job. They worked hard, and the attitudes have been good and all that. But, you know, until they actually get into the fire and get into everything, you just never know.